Hebrews 12 verses 1-2. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight, and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Father, as this new day dawns, I stand at the starting line of another lap in the race you've marked out for me. I've run many miles already, and I confess, I'm weary. But your word reminds me that I'm surrounded by witnesses who finished well, and that Jesus himself is both the one who started this race in me and the one who will bring it to completion. This morning, I look to him for the endurance I need to finish strong. Lord, you are the God of the long journey, the sustainer who has carried me from youth to this present hour. You are the faithful finisher who never abandons what you begin. Your mercies are new this morning, even when my body feels old and my spirit feels stretched thin. I exalt you as the one who numbers my days with purpose, who wastes nothing in my story, who sees the finish line even when I can barely see the next step. I surrender my weariness to you, the fatigue that settles into my bones, the discouragement that whispers I've already given enough. I release the limitations that frustrate me, the pace I can no longer keep, the roles I can no longer fill the way I once did. I lay down my pride that resists needing help and my fear that I'm becoming a burden. In their place, I receive your strength, your perspective, your grace that is sufficient for this exact moment in my journey. I declare that my strength is being renewed this very morning. Isaiah 40 verse 31 promises that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, that they shall mount up with wings like eagles, that they shall run and not be weary, walk and not faint. I receive that promise now. I may not run as I did decades ago, but I claim supernatural vitality for every step you've ordained for this day. Lord, you care about my physical body. 3 John 1 verse 2 reveals your heart that I would prosper and be in health, even as my soul prospers. I speak to chronic pain that has become my unwelcome companion. You do not have the final word. I speak to joints that ache, to muscles that tire quickly, to the limitations that feel more pronounced with each passing year. The same God who formed me in my mother's womb sustains me now. I am not forgotten. I am not past my expiration date in your kingdom. I ask for energy that defies the calendar, for stamina that surprises even me, for physical grace to do what you've called me to do today. Not so I can prove anything to anyone, but so I can serve you, love others, and walk in the works you prepared beforehand for me to walk in. Renew my body, Father. Let me experience wellness and vitality that can only be attributed to your sustaining hand. I stand upon 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I receive that sound mind right now. I declare that my thoughts are clear, my memory is sharp, and my discernment remains keen. The enemy would love to cloud my thinking, to make me doubt myself, to steal my confidence through confusion or forgetfulness. But I refuse that narrative. Psalm 71 verses 17-18 declares, O God, from my youth you have taught me, and I still proclaim your wondrous deeds. So even to old age and gray hairs, O God, do not forsake me, until I proclaim your might to another generation, your power to all those to come. My age does not disqualify my voice. My years do not diminish my testimony. In fact, I carry wisdom forged through decades of walking with you, wisdom that younger generations desperately need. I speak against mental fog, against the fear that I'm losing my edge. Instead, I affirm that I have the mind of Christ. My intellect may process differently than it did at 30, but I possess spiritual insight that can only come through years of faithfulness. I embrace this season with its unique gifts. My mind is alert to your voice, sensitive to your spirit, and capable of contributing meaningfully to the work you're still doing through me. I declare that my race has meaning all the way to the finish line. Psalm 92 verse 14 promises that the righteous still bear fruit in old age. They are ever full of sap and green. I am not dried up. I am not done. There is fruit yet to bear, impact yet to make, assignments yet to complete. I refuse the lie that my best years are behind me, or that I'm simply waiting for heaven with nothing meaningful to contribute here. Father, Philippians 1 verse 6 assures me that you who began a good work in me will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. You're not finished with me yet. There are conversations you've ordained for me to have, encouragement you want to flow through me, prayers that only I can pray because of the specific journey you've walked me through. There are grandchildren who need to see faith lived out in the hard years, not just the easy ones. There are neighbors who need to witness perseverance that doesn't quit when life gets difficult. Show me what remains undone. Reveal the assignments you're entrusting to this season of my life. Give me eyes to see opportunities rather than obstacles, possibilities rather than limitations. Whether it's mentoring someone younger, interceding faithfully for my family, volunteering in ways that match my current capacity, or simply radiating your peace in a doctor's waiting room, let me steward well the influence you've given me. I will not coast to the finish line. I will not waste these years in complaint or passivity. By your grace, I will invest them with intention, knowing that every season under your lordship matters. You are the God who prepared good works for me before the foundation of the world, and those good works didn't expire when I turned 70 or 80. Fulfill your purposes through me, Lord, until my final breath. I declare that I choose joy over complaint, gratitude over grumbling, praise over self-pity. Philippians 4 verse 4 doesn't say, rejoice in the Lord when circumstances are favorable. It commands, rejoice in the Lord always. Again I will say, rejoice. This is a choice, an act of will, a spiritual discipline that honors you regardless of how I feel physically. Lord, I confess the temptation toward bitterness. After decades of serving, sacrificing, persevering, it's easy to feel entitled to complain. The losses accumulate, friends who have passed, abilities I've lost, independence that slipped away, a body that no longer cooperates. But James 5 verse 11 reminds me that those who persevere are blessed, that you are full of compassion and mercy. You see every sacrifice, every hardship, every moment I've chosen faithfulness over comfort. Help me cultivate a heart that magnifies your goodness rather than amplifying my difficulties. When pain flares, let me remember your presence is greater than my discomfort. When loneliness creeps in, let me recall your promise to never leave or forsake me. When I'm tempted to rehearse my ailments to anyone who will listen, redirect my tongue toward testimony instead. I want to be known as someone whose faith matured into joy, not bitterness. Let my countenance reflect trust that you are good, even when life is hard. Let my words build up rather than tear down. Let my attitude draw others toward you rather than repel them with constant negativity. This is the legacy I want to leave, a life that finished well, with praise on my lips and peace in my heart. I receive a fresh vision of the finish line ahead. 2 Timothy 4 verses 7 to 8 declares, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day. Paul could say this because he kept his eyes on what awaited him beyond this life. I chose that same perspective. Father, when I'm tempted to focus only on the aches and limitations of this earthly tent, lift my eyes to the eternal reality awaiting me. This body is temporary. These struggles are light and momentary compared to the glory that will be revealed. I'm not just crawling toward death, I'm running toward you, toward the reward you've promised, toward the well-done, good and faithful servant that makes every sacrifice worthwhile. Let me finish with dignity, with faith intact, with hope burning bright. Not perfect, but faithful. Not without struggle, but not defined by struggle either. Let my final lapse reflect the endurance that can only come from you. Father, I thank you in advance for the supernatural strength that carries me through this day and every day remaining. I thank you for mental clarity that honors the mind you've given me. I thank you for purposeful assignments that give meaning to every breath. I thank you for joy that transcends circumstances and hope that anchors my soul. You who have been faithful every step of this journey will not fail me now. I will finish strong, not because I am strong, but because you are. In Jesus' name, Amen.